Alright, welcome back to our setup domain controller and file server video tutorial series. We are now at part number 4. We are in our VM server, and as per previous video, we have created share 1 through traditional methods or traditional way of sharing a folder. Okay, but this time on part number 4, we will touch on file and storage services for us to create the shared folder. So if we click on file and storage services, so we are given this window. So we are given the server information, the volumes, the disks, if there is any storage pools. But for this video, we will concentrate on the creation of the share or creating a new share. If you are eagle-eyed, you will notice the share option 1 that we have created in the previous video. So it was in the local path C. Share 1 is an SMB protocol, and we can do a right click and see the properties of the share and also configure or edit the share option settings for this share option 1. But we will not do that because we will create another share to illustrate how is it done via file and storage services in creating a new share. What we need to do is we need to go to shares, and you see the tasks here. So drop down, you have the new share. So click on this, and we are given the new share wizard with various options. So we have 5 options here. So we have server message block, share quick. So it describes what is this option for. So it is the fastest way to create an SMB file share. It's suitable for general file sharing. There is also SMB share advanced. So the difference is you have some additional options. So you can set the folder owner or access denied assistance. You can also have some classification of data and folder management, and you can also enable quotas. And we have other options. So SMB share applications. So for Hyper-V, certain databases, we won't be doing that. Network file system share. Okay, so suitable for Unix-based computers. So we are doing for Windows. So this is the advance of the NFS share. So in our future video, perhaps we will select SMB share advanced, and we will make use of the additional options, especially the quotas. But for this video, for this part number 4, we will just select SMB share quick. So let's select SMB share quick, click next, and we have the share location. So we only have the volume C, and we will select on this volume. Okay, you have also a custom path, so you can click here and click browse, and you'll have some custom path here, and you'll just click a new folder and create a new folder. That could be our option. So this could be selected here, and we can also click next, and we can also have the share name, but the local path to share is C shares. So to be consistent on the share 1, which is to be on the same location as where our share 1 is, instead of creating a new shares, then we will be selecting this type a custom path. So let's select type a custom path, and from here we don't have that folder, so let's create a folder. So new folder, so we name it share number 2. Okay, so share 2, then select this folder. Okay, so that will be our share location. So click next on the next specification of the share, which is the share name, and for us we will need to change the share name. So our share name will be share option 2. Okay, so that will be consistent on our previous video, which is share option 1. wherein we selected the traditional route. So we will select, or we will type in share option 2. Okay, so let's click next. So we have other settings, so we will discuss this on another video. So enable access-based enumeration, and what's the purpose of this. We have also encrypt data access, but we will just stay put with the default, which was being checked. So click next. So now we will go back to what we have done, which is to customize permissions. So we have the share on the traditional one. Thereafter, you'll settle with the security permissions. So we will also tackle with the permissions, whether it's sharing or the security permissions. Okay. It could be displayed differently, but if you look closely, these are the same users or the same principle that was on the previous video. So you still have the users, the administrators, the system, and you have the authenticated users. Now, if you click customize permissions, then you will see, oh, it's pretty much the same as what we have done on the previous video. So this window looks familiar. So now we could do what we have done previously, which is to disable inheritance and to also configure the applies to column on what we intended to. Okay, let's do quickly what we are familiar already. So let's click disable inheritance. We have this window last time. So we have selected convert inherited. Okay, so now it's the inheritance is disabled. So click apply. Then after, we can also select these authenticated users, click edit, and this folder only. So click OK, and we will also edit these users. So edit this folder only. So click OK, click apply. So we are back to what we have configured last time on the share one, wherein authenticated users are this folder only. The system and the administrator will let it be, and the users is also this folder only. So next we can go to share and take a look at here. So we have configured differently. So it started also the same as everyone, but we didn't put in the everyone principle, but instead we have add in. So select a principle, and we have selected authenticated users. So authenticated users, click OK. So we have selected full control. There's only two types, allow and deny. Obviously we need to allow, and click OK. And we have added the authenticated users. Then finally we can select the everyone and remove it. Okay, so pretty much the same now. So share, authenticated users, permissions, this is what we wanted. So click OK or click apply, click OK, and we can now proceed. So it changes here. So built in this folder only, authenticated users this folder only, and we can click next, and to confirm what we have configured for our new share. So C share 2, share option 2, using server message block protocol. The other options are being disabled because we haven't discussed it yet, and should be it. You can already click create. So let's click create, and it shows the share was successfully created. Create SMB share completed. Set SMB permissions completed, and we click close. And now we have the share option 2, so we don't need to refresh, it's already there. If you want to double check, okay, so either we can open the file explorer within our Windows server. Okay, so file explorer, and we type in // VM server himself, just to really check. Okay, because that's the same thing that we will do on the client. And yes, we have share option 2 as the other share, so we can go in. We are logged in as administrator, we should be able to go in, but we don't have the folders yet. So from here we could right click stop sharing. That's not what we wanted. We can verify if our permissionings are okay or the other settings, but that's not what we can do now, because we can obviously open the share and what you have done and create some shared folders here, or folders, subfolders that are under this shared folder. So let's quickly create right click new. So one is for sales and the other one is for finance. And if you right click one of the folders, so you have security, and we don't have the authenticated users because it stops on the share option, or the share, which is the parent of this folder. So can add in the other user groups that is needed to access these folders. So we have security, and the same with the finance. Okay, so let's add quickly the groups. So right click properties, and you have security, and let's edit, and let's add again. So the users that we wanted, or the groups that we wanted. Okay, so we have sales. For the sales folder, click OK, and we'll have modify, same as the previous video. Click OK, click apply. Then we have the finance, security, and we'll edit, and we add, and we also type finance group, check name, so apply OK, and we will need to click modify, okay, for this finance. So we are just too fast for our own good. So modify, click OK, and we have click applied already. In the interest of time, I have already created the files for our testing. So inside sales, I already have a subfolder here. Inside the subfolder, there is a file. Then you have the files here, like sample text files inside the sales. So similarly at finance, you have the subfolder in finance with its file, and you have some few files here which are text files for our testing purposes for file operations from our user's perspective. So we are now at our VM client. So hostname VM client, and we are logged in as Inquirinity Sales. Let's access our shared folder. So // VM server, similar as our previous video. Now we have two shared folders. So for example, share option 1, and for this video, share option 2. So can we go in? Yes. And we are sales user. So we should be able to access sales only. So let's try it. And yes, we are able to access the sales subfolder. So let's try the file operations. So inside the sales, can I create a new file, sales tree? Yes, I could create a sales tree. Can I modify so sales 1 becomes sales 10? Yes. I could modify. Could I delete? So I'll delete this sales 10. Okay. Yes. In our previous video, we haven't tested the subfolder. So let's try. So could I access the subfolder? Could I create a file here? So subfolder file. Yes, I could create. Could I delete an existing file inside here? Right click delete. Yes. And I could delete the existing subfolder file, but could I delete the subfolder itself? So right click delete. Let's try, and yes, we are able to delete the subfolder as well. Now let's go back to the share option 2, and let's try finance. And I should not be able to go in because I'm a sales user. And yes, correct behavior still. We are a sales user. We are not able to access finance. Next, we have sign out with our sales user, and we have log in with our finance user in VM client. Now it's time to test for the finance perspective. So let's type in VM server, enter. So at the finance perspective, we double click the share option. Yes. Can I go into finance? Yes. Could I create a file? So fin3, yes. Could I modify the file? So right click, rename. So this one is 22 or 222. Yes, I could modify the file. And could I delete? Yes. Can I go into the subfolder and create another file? Should be okay. Subfolder file. I could also delete an existing file. And finally, could I delete the entire subfolder? Okay, sorry. So let's just delete the entire subfolder, and yes, we could delete the entire subfolder. Next would be to test if we can access from a finance user to the sales, and yes, we're not able to access the sales subfolder. Now, one more testing that we haven't done in our previous video and in this video, which is if I'm a finance user, could I delete the entire finance folder itself? Okay, we haven't so far tried, because so far we are trying or demonstrating if we can go in, we can create some files, we can create some subfolders. So let's try subfolder here, creation. So subfolder, okay, subfolder new, and yes, we could create. Can I create a file here? Okay, so I could create, so fin3 or fin4, so we could do that. But how about if I delete the finance user? So right click delete and click yes, and that's a dangerous thing. We could delete the entire finance folder. Okay, if you accidentally delete the entire finance folder and you try go in the recycle bin, for example, it isn't there, okay, for you to restore the entire folder that you have deleted. And if we take a look at the VM server, so you'll notice on the C share 2 there's no more finance, so it's really confirmed. And if you go into the recycle bin of this server, so recycle bin, and let's click refresh, I don't see any finance being able to restore or appearing on the recycle bin for me to right click and do a restore. So these are sample files that we have deleted on our previous video, which is for share 1. So we need to revisit our security settings or permissions on each of the main folder for every department, so whether sales or finance, so that it would prevent any accidental deletion of such folders. Let's take a look at our sales. So right click properties, sales and security, and specifically the sales group permission. So click advanced on here, so the sales group, and you click edit, and it has the modify. So let's go in and show advanced permissions, and yes, it has the delete on this particular folder. So it is possible for the sales group to delete the sales folder because of this advanced permission, which is the delete. So let's uncheck the delete, but check the delete subfolders and files. So click this one and click OK, click apply, click OK, click OK, and let's do a test with our sales user. Okay, so we are logged in back with our sales user, and let's try to delete this share option. So let's click close, and let's see if the sales user could delete the folder. So let's try, right click delete, yes, and now you are able to delete the folder, so access is denied. So that's what we want. See if we can still delete some files here. So let's say we create some files here, so sales 2, okay, so sorry, there's already a sales 2, so rename, so sales 3, so sales 1, and delete the sales 3. Let's see if we can delete the file, yes, and we can also create some subfolders, so just a new folder, go in with the particular file here, and can I also create another subfolder, then can I delete those that I have created? Okay, yes, I could delete. Then can I delete the new folder? Yes. And can I delete the entire thing? Yes, but I could not delete the main folder. So seems like that's what we wanted for our sales or other departments, that yes, they could do anything, or at least not do a take ownership for the files and subfolders, but on the main folder they could not delete it.